Imagine this. You're walking into an exam room, and instead of panic or mental blanks, every answer flows effortlessly like your brain has become a well-oiled memory machine. That's exactly what happened to Leo, and no, he wasn't a genius. He struggled with concentration. He forgot what he studied. He repeated lessons over and over, but nothing stuck. But on the night before a major exam, when most would panic, Leo made a decision. Greater than I need a new way. A smarter way. By the next morning, he wasn't just prepared, he scored the highest in his class. So what changed? Leo discovered 5 science-backed learning strategies that helped him absorb an entire subject in less than a day. And you can do it too. 1. Chunking. Organize your mind like a library. Leo used to study like most students do by cramming large blocks of text and hoping they de-stick, but the brain doesn't work that way. He learned to break big information into small, organized chunks. Identify the idea, understand the cause, note the effect, then add a quick example. Each chunk got a short title, sometimes even a color or a symbol. Causes, red. Results, green. Notes, blue. With time, his brain started seeing patterns and categories, not chaos. And during the exam, it felt like opening organized drawers in his mind, each one holding exactly what he needed. 2. Visual encoding. Turn words into images next. Leo tapped into a powerful secret. Greater than our brains remember pictures far better than text. Think about it. Can you picture your phone or your friend's face right now? Of course, but what about that paragraph you read yesterday? Probably not, so Leo turned boring definitions into vivid mental scenes. Friction is the force that resists motion. He imagined a soccer player being held back by a giant rubber band. The stranger or more emotional the image, the more it's stuck. Even neuroscience backs this up. People retain only 10% of verbal info after 3 days, but 65% when the info is paired with an image. So Leo created a symbolic image for every abstract idea: speed, lightning bolt, pressure, a giant stone, change, a door swinging open. Every chapter became a mental movie, and that movie stuck. 3. Smart repetition. Review the right way. Leo once thought he was done after one study session, but soon he realized the problem wasn't learning. It was remembering. That's where smart repetition comes in. Instead of long, tiring review sessions, Leo used quick, spaced self-tests. Right after learning, he'd recall the key point with his eyes closed. After 1 hour, he'd test himself again without looking at the notes. By the end of the day, he'd mentally rehearse everything while walking or resting. This method is based on the forgetting curve discovered by psychologist Ebbinghaus, which shows we forget over 70% of what we learn within 24 hours unless we review at the right intervals. And psychologist Robert Bjork proved active recall, trying to remember something without looking, is more effective than passive rereading. Leo used this to lock information into his long-term memory fast. For story linking, make boring facts unforgettable. Some information like lists, laws, or classifications is just ... forgettable. So Leo tried something creative, turning facts into stories. In a science lesson with 4 steps, he imagined for characters acting them out. Each step became a scene in a story, and each story had emotion, humor, or weirdness. Even in history or language classes, he personified concepts: simile, the painter, metaphor, the magician, metonymy, the puzzle master. His brain didn't care if it was logical, it remembered because it was entertaining. Soon, Leo could recall entire lessons through strange stories he made up himself. Studying turned into an adventure, not a chore. 5. Memory palace. Store ideas in imaginary rooms. Finally, Leo brought all the techniques together using the legendary memory palace method. He imagined a house he knew well, his room, a friend's apartment, even his daily walk. Then he placed each idea inside it. A definition in the corner, a sequence on the desk, a diagram beside the door. During the exam, he didn't search for answers. He mentally walked through that house, recalling each fact as he passed it. That's how memory champions memorize thousands of digits, speeches, or textbooks. And it worked for Leo, too. Final words: start small, stay consistent. You don't have to use all 5 methods at once. Start with one, just one, the one that felt easiest or most interesting. Try it with a single lesson. If it helps, keep going. If not, move to the next one, just like Leo did. He didn't have a superpower, he just had the courage to try, to fail, to adjust, and finally to succeed. And if you've read this far, it's clear you're not like most people. You're serious, you're committed, you're ready to take charge of your learning. So take that first step, even if you feel behind. Even if things seem overwhelming, because the dream hasn't left you and it's not too late. It just needs someone bold enough to say, "Greater than I'll begin," today. And if you liked the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more. This was James, and you've been watching your channel, Valley of Knowledge. Stay curious, and see you in the next one.